Introduction. Imagine a time 150 years after the technological singularity. Nanotechnology, biotechnology, and artificial intelligence have transformed the solar system. All manner of living things have migrated to the planets and asteroids. Earth has been transformed into a museum planet where extinct species have been revived from DNA banks. The human population is maintained at optimal levels. Disease and poverty have been eradicated. The rest of the solar system is a different story. Humanity has been transformed. Other species have been gifted with augmented superintelligence. There has been a second Cambrian explosion, and there is an astronomical number of body types, each one capable of morphing into any form that fancy or fashion wishes. The minds of all the citizens are redundantly backed up on massive servers in various moons that were hollowed out for that purpose. Some citizens even prefer to remain disembodied and live in one of the many VR worlds, perhaps venturing out into avatars, fabricated on the fly, to attend various events and happenings. War is a thing of the past. What would be the need, since there are limitless resources and territoriality is a thing of the past? There's plenty of space in space, after all. Art has become the sole preoccupation of Solarians, as the citizens like to be called, in order to be inclusive of all the various species. Inside the hollowed-out asteroid, New Toronto, we are witnessing the birth of a magnificent, incomparable art collective calling themselves the Mugwumps. The story begins. The stage was designed as a hot, humid night in July. The atmosphere was electric at the themed Beaches Street Jazz Festival inside the asteroid, New Toronto. The Mugwumps, an android band, were mixing it up in front of the Swiss Chalet restaurant. Most of the audience were androids as well. Mutants, actually, of the nandroid variety. Partly biology and partly nanotechnology, they formed a strange, psychedelic, surreal tableau. The band was playing So What, from Miles Davis's seminal album Kind of Blue. Horace the Meech was playing his latest instrument, the floofer board, designed by Garlic Grimsby of Hula Walk fame. The Mugwumps usually only accepted Bitcoin, but tonight you could make requests with ETH, too. The Hurley girls chipped in to request that old chestnut, Misty, since the Mugwumps were famous for their Johnny Mathis tributes. The band slurped and slithered until 1 a.m. before they dissolved back into bio-nan feedstock and the street opened up to regular traffic. Each of the band members returned to their own personal claves until their next gig. Crackle was afraid to look. The Mugwumps were warming up in the pit. Who could have guessed that the band would hit the charts with their glitchy tunes? But that's what Crackle had to deal with. The blockchain was clogged with pre-show requests, so there wasn't much wiggle room to register his visuals, and he was running out of Bitcoin. He had enough bio-nano feedstock on hand and he could get by on recycling as the visuals morphed into new themes, so he clicked start. Crackle specialized in biomorphic art, and he liked to play off the blocky glitches that popped out from the clogged blockchain network. The glitched soundtrack worked perfectly with the visuals, too. Crackle was afraid to look at the stats, but he couldn't help peeking around the biomorph glitches with one eye. It was amazing. Over 1 million fans were logged in and the love meter broke over 12 records with likes and comments. Encouraged by the stats, Crackle let himself get lost in the performance. His sense of self evaporated and there was only the dance of visuals and music. Sweet paradise.